In part 3, we spoke about defining the opportunity. In part 4, we'll be reviewing potential solutions. This is accomplished by creating a vendor requirements document. It can be something as simple as a Word document, but it can be something far more complex than that. You're going to utilize all of the requirements criteria previously gathered in part 3. You'll also include anything that you'd like in addition to your current requirements. If feasible, add the importance to these requirements as well. We typically call this adding weight. For example, if this is a nice to have, or is it important, or is this critical to go live? In addition to requirements, specific use cases may be added to the document as well to define your business needs specifically. Review the available vendors in the space to find the available vendors in the space. That can be a science unto itself. However, if you don't already have a few in mind, conferences and networking are two great ways to begin. We recently had a podcast that discussed this, and I'll include the links on this clip's comments. Researching options online work to some extent, but will typically only get you so far. For the vendor solutions that interest you, reach out to them and socialize your vendor requirements document. Have them establish a demonstration touching base on your requirements and use cases. When these demonstrations happen, record the demonstration for future review. During the demonstration, ask a lot of questions surrounding your requirements and the use cases. Ensure that every critical point is addressed with confidence. This is very important. Many times throughout a demonstration, it's a canned demonstration, and you need to ensure that your vendor requirements document is being addressed and that each and every point that is a requirement is being addressed. That's the whole idea of your upfront work, and it will eliminate pain later on in your implementation. Eliminate the solutions that aren't in alignment with your need. Attempt to have 3 or less remaining solutions. Ask the remaining vendors for references from businesses that are similar to yours. It's important to understand that not everyone has references that are identical to you. Transparency is important, and if your vendor states they don't have references that are identical to you, and why they don't have references that are identical to you, there's nothing wrong with that scenario, so long as there is a logical reason as to why they don't have vendors that are identical to you. Speak to each reference asking how the implementation of the solution went. How has the service been since? Have they needed customizations? If so, how has that gone? Have they needed to change their business processes substantially to meet the needs of the new solution? Overall, has this been a good solution for their business and why? Ask any other questions you can possibly think to the references that the vendor has put forth. For each remaining solution, create a cost-benefit review of products that do fit your need. Identify risks and gaps. Identify advantages and disadvantages. State justifications against the other solutions, including comparisons, staffing plans, outside resources required to implement, an overall value proposition comparison between the remaining solutions. In regards to a staffing plan may require a balloon of people or an increase of people during implementation and then stabilization after implementation. So include that in this plan as well, should you consider staffing changes throughout a project. And then finally, throughout these discussions, your stakeholders will select the solution. This wraps up our assess phase and part 4 of our selecting and implementing technology series. Next, we'll be talking about the next phase of our project methodology, transform. I look forward to speaking again with you all soon. Thanks for watching.